Hi, in this video, we're going to create more routes for Express.js. So far, we have learned how to set up our project using Express and Node.js environments. Also, we're going to use a tool called Postman for testing our API routes. And without further ado, let's back it. Okay, let me run the server first. Node server.js. Okay, in the previous video we did this. Okay, when we request the slash and in response we get hello world whatever or something else. In this video, what we want to do is when we want to make a request to slash user, I want to get a list of users. When I post a request, create a new user, I want to return the same user or the list of the users. I want the changes to be persistent. So what I want to do is stop the server, install TypeScript in the current project, which is TypeScript, ts-node, and node types and express types. Let me zoom in for you. Okay, we hit enter. Okay, we have successfully installed these. Let's get rid of these comments. And for slash user, I want to get response. I want to in return send list of users. So let's create a users list first, and it's empty now. What I want to do is just send back the users, and I want the status to be 1200. Hit save, run our server again. In here, we get an empty array. It's working. But what if I add something? For example, I add name John Doe and the age 27. Notice for every time that we make changes to our server file or any file in this project, we have to restart our server. I'm going to use a tool called nodemon, which is installable using npm package. So what this nodemon tool does is whenever we make a change and modify a files within our project, it's going to restart the server and entry file again. So if I type nodemon server.js, what it does is watching paths, everything, and watching extensions. Whenever we make changes to any file in the current folder, for example, let's say 26 John Doe, the server is going to restart itself. Okay, this is a useful tool for debugging our API routes. We make a request again, and voila, it's working. And for the next step, we want to create a user. Okay, so app.post. For creating a user, we want to make a post request, send a body.json within the request. Okay, in here, slash user, request, response, same as before. And in here, I want to get the user that has been sent to us within that request. Okay, so I have to say await.request.body, and we are not using an async function here. Now we are, but let me just send back what we receive with adding a little message and respond.status of status hello status of 1200. We hit save, the server restarts on itself, and we get okay. But we are not receiving this. Why is that? Let me log this property real quick. Undefined. Why is that? Because Express.js needs a middleware to process our request to parse it into JSON. We have to install body-parser from body-parser, and in here I wanna say app.use body-parser.json. Okay, it's not found yet. I want to install it. pni body-parser. Okay, we try again, and yeah, it's working, and we are receiving this. Okay, what we want to do is just simply push this to the list, users list. Let me change the name first. Users list. Yeah, that's a great name. Okay, user, I want to push users list. I want to push user to the users list. Okay, and we're sending back the created user, and it's okay. And let's return this as well, users list. Yeah, in the next step, we want to update an age of the existing user. I didn't create this request on my own because I wanted to show you how to create an example and test. I want to show you how to work with Postman. So in here, I want to say http://localhost 6969 for our port, and for the /user for the route. And what I want to do is use a put. I want to make a put request because I want to update something. We can use patch or other thing as well, but to give it a meaning, I want to use a put. And we use raw for body. Usually you might be in this tab, but I want to here and raw as a JSON file. And what I want to do is create a name, Reza, and the age. I'm going to be turned 13. And when we hit enter, it's 404 not found because we have not created this route yet. /user, async, request, response, and user from same as before, request.body. Why is this showing an error? Oh, I was spacing here. I want to use this list.find user and found user and find with the name, with the dot name is exactly as the user dot name, and I want to found user age to be changed to user dot age. Okay, this is a bad naming. Let's change it to request user. And for response, I want to be the status of 200. Send. Just keep it simple here. Users list and message is okay. And why it's crashing? Request user dot age is not found. It's right here. Okay, oh, I found it because we have not found it yet. That's a good error catch. Okay. I have an idea. If found user doesn't exist, I want to send status 400 and saying send message. The user does not exist. Request user, and we save. And if it exists, then we're going to change its name and we are good to go. The user does not exist. The requested user is this. Okay, I'm going to change the age of the John, which is... Are you working? Oh. Another thing. I have to return it in order to not run the rest of the function, and I can return this as well. Moment of truth. Yup, it's worked. The user does not exist. Why? Is it? Wasn't? Oh, it's John Doe. John Doe. Yeah, users list. Yeah. Message. Okay. Okay. Let's create one last thing, and when we hit save in here, we give it a folder in the user, and we can rename this by update user. Okay. So far we have created get, create, and update routes, and we need the last thing is delete. We want to delete the user from the list. Okay, for that I'm going to create another HTTP. Let's close other tabs in here, and I want to use delete as my HTTP method. Localhost 6969.9. Okay, for that I want to just make a request like here. If I wanted to delete Reza, I do it like this. Okay, I want to send a request like this. I want to pass the name as a param. Okay, if that makes sense to you. For later, if we connect this project to a real-time database, I want to send IDs in here. User just delete ID number 1, ID number 2, or if we use it in NoSQL, we wanted to just pass the param as a hash function. Okay, what I want to do is just simply send Reza as a parameter in here, and let's create that route for it. That loud, and notice that the pattern here is like this. Okay, let's paste it in here, but the Reza here is dynamic. So what I want to do is just type in double colon. The Express is going to figure out that this is a parameter after the thing that we are using after the double colon, and for catching the name, I want to say request.params.name, and we wanna users list to be users list filter. User if the user name is not like name, and I want to send return response.send message success to say. This is a bad practice. I should probably send a message as okay, but I don't want to. What you gonna do? Users list in here, and when we want to hit, why are you not working? Okay, the problem was here. Obviously, I need to use the slash user slash double colon name, and when we hit enter, why it's not working? Oh, my bad, people. I'm using a name that doesn't exist in the database. Again, that is surprisingly okay. I want to send the users list back again in here. Why this was happening? Because this user does not exist. Okay, what I want to do is put a try catch here. Instead of getting an error in our server, I just wanna say console info something gone wrong, and the status of 400, and send it message something's not working, including a users list and deletion name request. This is a bad naming, probably, but if it's not working, I'm okay. Okay, it's working. 400, 400. Oh, name is not defined. Name is not defined in here. No, I'm so done with JavaScript. Jeez. I hate JavaScript. Yep, something's not working, obviously, because we want to delete John Doe. Something is not working. Let's create a name, another single name in here. I want to say Jane. I want the Jane to be male. Can I say that? I don't know. It's a secret between you and me. And I want to get the list users list, and it's Jane 64. And what I want to do here is to delete Jane from the list. Users list, Jane still exists in here. And I have no idea what I've done wrong in here. Is it that user list? Find index, name. Okay. What I want to do here is say find index is this, and the index should be here, and the users list dot splice delete the first one, and then let's log a users list. But first, before logging, I want to see the user list before. Okay, let's hit enter. Okay, we've done it. Yup, and here and here. Okay, now we can create a user, Jane, John, and Reza. We can get all the users in here, and we can update a user. I want to update, for example, Jane to be the right amount of age. Appropriate age. I'm getting banned after this. Okay, and I want to delete Jane. Yup. And I wanna save here, and the name should be delete. All good. So far we have created a CRUD application. We have not connected to the database yet, but in the next video what I'm gonna do is to connect it to a database, deploy our app, and serve it. In the future videos, maybe we can do more things with Express, like serving static files, serving websites. But let me know what do you think. Bye bye.